Good morning, everyone. Mary and Alex, all the power of the universe is inside of you in every cell of your being. What did the Yogananda say? There's enough energy in a gram of your flesh to light up the city of Chicago for days. Yeah, that's how empowered you are, Mary and Alex. Lynn, good morning. Happy day to you, Lori. Magnificent days in store for you, Lisa and Jim. Same thing, Ellen. The same. The same. The same is that there is just one truth, one reality, one experience, and that is joy. Whatever words you want to use, happiness, peace, light, love, compassion, forgiveness. Those are beautiful parts of ourselves that at any moment can open up and be like a floodgates of God's presence within us, and that not only within us, but that when you look out and what you think is something that is a little worrisome to you, a little scary for you, or like smoke from a fire and stuff like that, you realize it's in God's hands. It's all God's. It's all God's cinema. This is God's cinema. And you don't lose your cool. You keep your cool. You keep your focus. You keep your focus that we cling to tenaciously. We have great tenacity when it comes to clinging to the divine presence, right? We're married to that divine presence. We got married in a great ceremony when our souls were created, and we married the spirit itself. Spirit, soul, spirit, soul, spirit, soul. I'm not the body, I cannot die. I'm not the mind, I am changeless. I'm not emotions, I cannot fear. I am the soul whom spirit holds dear. Spirit, soul, spirit, soul, spirit, soul, spirit, soul. I'm not the body, I cannot die. What was that song that the soul band had? Called Spirit Soul, but I want to praise you, my friends. I want to praise you. This word praise can be contorted, and it can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. But in the sense that I mean it right now, I just think that you are so empowered with the grace of God right now, so empowered with the light of Divine Mother, so empowered with something special inside each of you. And if we added up all of our special, man, we would have just an absolute divine experience. So thank you for coming on. I'm always a little more hyper than I usually am when we have a Bhagavad Gita, and I probably mention almost every time. If you guys want to get up a little earlier on Tuesday, let me know, and I'll give you the recurring link so you can, before we end two big volumes of 8 years of Gita study, before we end that, jump on. Jump on the Gita Express to the infinite bliss on manifest. All aboard. Just ask Lisa, ask Narayan, ask Mary, ask Alex what that scripture does for us. It's not the scripture, it's the vibration that we would so honor this ancient, it's the Bible of the East. This is it's like the same holiness that the Bible has for a lot of Christians. It has for a lot of Easterners, a lot of people in the East. So anyway, it's chock full with an amazing divine energy as we go about Yogananda's commentary. It's hard to explain. Words doesn't do it justice, okay? But anyway, we have a nice stream this morning ourselves. And I want to start with this little thought for you guys because you're pretty dang special to me, as I mentioned. Have you ever noticed how good it feels to be nobody but yourself in a world that is doing its best night and day to make you like everyone else? Huh? Have you ever? Have you ever noticed how good it feels to be nobody but yourself in a world that is doing its best night and day to make you like everyone else? This thing keeps jumping around, so let me hurry up and read it before it disappears on me, right? Let me get the let me get the rest of it. Let me get you right. We're right to the most important line. Yeah. So hold your voice, honor your quirks, keep being real. I hope you never stop fighting to be who you really are. Yeah. Never stop fighting to be who you really are, my dear. And Yogananda said, fight not even for truth if love is not in your heart. And now we have a little something from the scripture of the Bible, since I mentioned the Gita. God is talking to you. My child, when you don't know what to do, come to me. When you don't know what to do, come to me. I am wisdom. I give it freely to those who ask with a trusting heart. You don't need to have it all figured out. Just come. Just come. Just ask. Isn't that nice that we could have such encouragement from ancient scriptures, so to speak? Just come, just ask. My wisdom will guide you through the fog, the questions, the crossroads. I'll teach you what to say, where to go. Isn't that interesting that we sometimes just get so caught up in our own mind stuff, right? Isn't that easy? I'll teach you what to say, where to go, and who to become. The world offers noise, but what I offer you is truth. Stay close to me, and you will walk with that wisdom that brings peace. Stay close to me, and you'll walk with that wisdom that brings peace. All right? We talked about walking earlier today in the Gita, and it was Thich Nhat Hanh who said, walk slowly, don't rush. Each step brings you to the best moment of your life. Walk slowly. Now you know, walk with God. Walk with God. Don't walk by yourself. Don't walk with the mind stuff. Don't walk with any of that stuff that isn't us. Now we know we're being fooled by a great delusion, so let's don't buy into it so much. Let's let it go. Let's really be super aware and super attentive that we can, keep our sights, just like, like those horses that had the blinders on so they couldn't get distracted, that we have these blinders to the delusion on, and that we can just hold our own, hold true to ourselves, hold true to this moment that has given us some empowerment, this moment that has given us some perspective, pull back from our humanness, right? That has given us some courage and some bravery, that we know God's got our back, that we're walking with God, right? And that will always bring us the peace. And when we're at peace, we're in tune. We're in tune. We're in tune to what the next steps are, where the next steps are taking us, my dears. And the same thing goes with this breath that is coming into you right now. Can you be aware of it? That's the starting point. Just be aware of it, that you're breathing rather than thinking. It's much better to be aware of breath than to be the smartest person on the planet right now, but in your head. Yeah. It's so much more worth it to be aware of this breath in this moment than to be the smartest smart aleck in the planet, right? That you always have an answer for something kind of person, right? When really we don't really know a thing. And just like being a nothing is a good way to go on this planet. To be humble, to know that God is the doer of all our actions, is the doer of our breath, is the leader of us. We make a decision or something, we think, oh yeah, I made the right decision, right? When he gives us all that in advance, who's been taking care of you this whole time? However many years you've been on the planet, my dears. Who's been taking care of you? Huh? Really? Really, it's time because of the shift that's happening on the planet right now. We have an extra higher possibility, and this is an incredible incarnation, probably not one of the most critical of all our lifetimes, is the incarnation we're in now, because there's such a world epidemic going on of ignorance, right? And of the darkness. This is as good as any war story. I hate to use that word, but like if you saw a good movie and it was the good guy, the evil person, and the good guys battling it out, which makes for a good movie, right? Good entertainment. This is as good as it can get right now, and we're right in the heart of it. We're right in the heart of it. In fact, that's where you want to be. You want to be right in the heart of this battle that's raging inside of us, number one. The battle that wants you to go outside and address these issues that are happening in the world and at least satisfy yourself by having an opinion about it. But you don't need to satisfy yourself in that way, because the real satisfaction is God's presence, is in this moment, in this breath, when we're just here in this humble little way, or making a footstep, right? Walking today can be an unusually amazing experience for us. The Thich Nhat Hanh, says, walk slowly, don't rush. Each step brings you to the best moment of your life, this present moment. And I want to come back and do part two of this breath of life that we started yesterday. I don't know about you, but boy, did I practice that. Boy, did I practice that. It's not easy. It's not easy to be aware of God every breath. It's what you're saying, be aware of God every moment, right? It's not easy, right? You have your moments. You enjoy those moments that you remember having a little connection with the divine, but we live by divine. That divine, that part of us that thinks it's doing something, that ain't the real us. That's the delusion that we think we're doing something, right? When God has got the whole thing covered, he wants us to completely surrender. I know this is a meditation, so let me get you to the breath work. I know it's a meditation, but sometimes I feel that the wisdom that comes through, the keynotes that come through, these little nuggets of wisdom that come through are more important than trying to sit here and calm everything down and this and that. That because it's a reminder that you can have all the time to remind you to sit down and meditate. Anyway, all right. Well, let me pull up the right information that I have on my cell phone, my dears. It's called The Unity and Love, the Breath of Life, and Energetic Perspective. And it is an energetic perspective. And just a little recap: in the language of spirit, breath is far more than the mechanical. This is just a little what we covered yesterday, but I just want to give you this, bring you up to date with it. In the language of spirit, breath is far more than the mechanical act of inhaling and exhale. It's a bridge. Breath is the bridge between the seen and the unseen. Do you want to see the unseen today? Do you want to see intuitively with your intuitive imagination the unseen today? Be with your breath. The love coming in and your love going out. Simple as that, right? And even talks about that in here. It's just not me making stuff up. It's the bridge between the seen and the unseen, the finite and the infinite. Would you like to have a little taste? Oh, thou King of the infinite, I behold thee in samadhi. Oh, thou King of the infinite, I behold thee in samadhi, in joy and in more joy, in thy light of mellow joy, in joy and in more joy, in thy light of mellow joy. One of Yogananda's chants, right? Would you like to, just like you would like to have a little taste of the unseen, to see the unseen? Wouldn't you like to walk this bridge and have a little sneak preview of the infinite you, of the infinite you? Yeah. Known across traditions, the breath is as prana, chi, or the holy breath. It's a carrier wave of consciousness itself. God, cosmic consciousness comes in with that oxygen molecule, which is really a spirit molecule, which in this case is a wave of God's pure cosmic consciousness is coming into you every time you breathe. Every time. With every breath I breathe in your pure love, your everlasting love. With every breath I breathe in your pure love, I live on divine love support. I live on divine love support. I make all these little songs. Why? So that I can remember. I can remember through a song, through a melody, through the music of the spheres. For that reason, my dears. And I think that some of you that love music, you find music to be a lifter upper, a lifter upper, right? You always feel better because the music of the spheres, the own is very creative, you know. It's what brings the spirit invisible, intangible into manifestation. And if we can have the invisible connection going on, then we start to understand that everything visible is this invisible that is manifested as this thing called a tree, as this thing called a river, as this thing called a mountain, right? It's this thing called breath. Breath was the first spark. I thought this was gorgeous when we heard it yesterday. When we entered this world, we were sealed with the breath. The first inhale is the soul's agreement with the body, a contract signed in oxygen and spirit light. He signed a contract with the breath. He signed it. And then we signed in oxygen and spirit light. In energetic terms, the breath is the current that awakens the human vessel, igniting the chakra system like a string of lanterns along a sacred pathway. So inhale, the sacred inhale and exhale. This is what I practiced all day yesterday and this morning. Drawing in, inhale, not just air. And here it says, but photons. Information and the intelligence of the cosmos. Photons. Godtrons, Yogananda uses. Thoughttrons, he uses. Photons, information and the intelligence of the cosmos as we breathe in. The breath pulls in the pure codes of creation, streaming through the crown chakra and into the heart. How about some intelligence of the cosmos, my dear, coming in with this breath right now? Let's just feel it as we say it. Feel it as we say it. Feel it as we say it. This next breath of yours is bringing in the intelligence of the cosmos and the pure codes of creation. So you want to do something creative today, you're getting the codes right now. Streaming through the crown chakra and into your heart space. And your exhale is releasing more than carbon dioxide. It's releasing, letting go of stagnant emotional residue, outdated frequency, and energies that no longer serve. In other words, what we're saying is the breath of life. It's the breath of life. I mean, it's kind of obvious, right? Without the breath, you don't live. And with the breath, you're in a physical suit. You're in a physical manifestation. So we don't realize the cosmic potential and the energetics of a breath and the spirit and the love. Everything the truth is in the breath. And we don't realize it's working for us 24/7, like it 24/7. Wow, you can't have AI come up with some kind of a thing like this. It lets go of the stagnant emotional residue, as I mentioned, outdated frequencies and energies that no longer serve. The breath clears space for the soul to expand. Big breath, everybody. Slow and deep. It's clearing space for your soul to expand. Sigh it out any way you want to. You've just created space. Your soul is infinite. It can't be contained. It can't be, put in a bottle, packaged up. It's endless. It's infinite. Let's receive. You don't take a breath, you receive it. You receive another deep breath. As we make more space for us to understand that we are cosmic beings having a cosmic experience right now. Exhale. And as that exhale, as you'll hear in a minute, another thing it does when we breathe consciously. Each cycle, so your inhale and exhale, each cycle becomes an active alchemy. So when you complete a cycle, inhale, exhale, that's a cycle. It becomes an act of alchemy. And you're not doing a thing. This is why we have to now become rememberers of the gift of life, the breath of life, my dears. Otherwise, we're taking life completely for granted. Completely for granted. This is the epidemic of the planet, taking things for granted. And maybe it's because we've forgotten the power of life, the gift of life, the gift of breath. So simple. It's so obvious in many ways. It's so obvious, right? So, you know what, in this cycle of breath, what the inhale represents? It's gathering on the inhale. In each cycle of breath, inhale and exhale. The inhale gathers raw universal light. So every inhale, you're drawing in raw universal light. You want to receive another breath of universal light, raw, organic light. And when you exhale that raw, organic, universal light, you know what it does? You didn't till now. It transmutes and redistributes it through your auric field. Your exhale breath. It's just not carbon dioxide that we're giving back to the trees of the forest and such. It's transmuting and redistributing this raw universal light into your auric field. This next section says breath as a bridge. This is where we left off yesterday. This is part 2, the breath as a bridge between dimensions. You're multidimensional, my dears, but we kind of get stuck in a one way, right? Like a 1 horsepower person, they used to say in those early lessons, some people are just 1 horsepower. 1 horsepower. They have 1 power and 1 way to do things. And they're stuck there their entire lives, just 1 way. But now you have a breath as a bridge between dimensions, and you're multidimensional. So breath is one of the few processes that is both voluntary and involuntary. Do you know that dolphins will die if they don't breathe? Have one part of them breathing all the time? They will die. So they too are both voluntary and involuntary breathers. Meaning, and that's why the dolphins exist in another realm at the same time they exist here. The whales the same way. Breath is one of the few processes that has both voluntary and involuntary meaning and exists in two realms at once. This makes it a portal. In the physical realm, it sustains the body, and that's what people will maybe admit, but usually they're too busy occupied thinking and planning and trying to get the way things to go their way, right? That's pretty much what most people have as an incarnation going on right now. In the energetic realm, the breath is a golden thread that ties our awareness to the higher planes. So with every breath, you're being tied to the higher realms. This is happening without us doing a thing, my dear. This is why being a nobody is so special. It's so special to be a nobody. It's so special to, accept what is, let go of what was, and have faith in what will be. Let it go. Let it go. Let today go. Let your plans go. I got some pretty big plans coming up, but I'm not thinking about them because that's a foolish in some ways way to go. When you can be in the present moment and then let God show you. He knows best. God knows best. Remember that show, Father Knows Best or Mother Knows Best? God knows best. So keep breathing, my dears. You're in charge of this meditation, not me. You're in charge of how you want to be in this meditation. So in the energetic realm, it is a golden thread that ties our awareness to the higher planes. In deep meditation, the breath slows and the veil thins with each still inhale and spacious exhale. We draw closer to the eternal breath of Source. Wow. In meditation, when the breath slows and the veil thins, with each still inhale and spacious exhale, did you know that you're drawing closer to the eternal breath of Source when you get a little stiller and quieter in your meditation, my dears? Did you? Are you breathing still? Or are you thinking? Come back to your breathing. It's much more valuable than thinking. Breathing is invaluable. Thinking has very little value. So as we draw closer to that eternal breath of Source in meditation, time dissolves and only being, only being, that's what we all want, but we don't know it, is the being. God is being through us. Again, we disappear, we dissolve, and only being remains. We dissolve, we get out of the way of the way, and only spirit remains. Isn't that beautiful? So within the energy body, so this is called a little section, breath and energy circuits. Within the energy body, breath functions like a tide, moving life force along meridians and into the chakras. Some practitioners visualize the inhale as a rising current from the Earth Star chakra. So that's your root chakra. The Earth Star, they call it chakra. Can you imagine life force moving up your meridians into the chakras, visualizing the inhale breath as a rising current from your root or Earth Star chakra to the crown, all the way up, all the way up to the crown, and the exhale as a gentle cascade of light returning to the earth. See, this is something maybe to really document for yourself as you get the rerun and copy it so that you can practice it instead of just having the mind wander off and it's just another breath. Right? No, this is the breath of God's presence. This is the one. This is the one. This is why Thich Nhat Hanh says, walk slowly, don't rush. Each step brings you to the best moment of your life. This is the one, my dears. This breath is the best moment of your life because you can be super aware and realize, OMG, God is breathing me. OMG, God is breathing me. Wow. A gentle cascade of light returning to the earth on the exhale. This circulation nourishes both the human and the planet. And the planet. This circulation nourishes both the human and the planet, creating a living feedback loop of vitality between Mother Gaia and you, my dears. Wow. That's why I read that thing about how important are you in this life right now, in this stage that we are acting in right now, in this global renaissance, in this global reclamation, quite frankly, in this coming of the golden age, so to speak, and the new earth. How important is this stuff? Really, truly. We have a whole bunch of these invaluable reminders since we started this group meditation. Nuggets, nuggets to remember the truth by. Wow. And these last few streams, I'm telling you, there are things like that. The diamond path, OMG, those things are so right on. God is giving us this information, my dears, because somehow we resonate together. And whatever comes in as the wisdom and all that, we get, or you wouldn't be sitting here. We get because we resonate together. So this is God's gift to all of us in this little soul tribe. It's so special. It blows my mind. So this circulation nourishes both the human and the planet, creating a living feedback loop of vitality. All right, give me a few more minutes. I want to complete this. This section's called the cosmic breath. Just as we breathe, get a load of this, my dears, really, honestly. Take this in. No rush. There were no rush. Just as we breathe, so too does the universe. Galaxies expand and contract like lungs. Waves of creation. That's the first thing this thing said, that waves of consciousness, the breath. When we have signed that contract with the soul and the body hooking up, sealed the breath in the beginning when we came as little babies, right? Galaxies expand and contract like lungs. Waves of creation move out from the source, then return. We are not separate from this rhythm. We are microcosms of it. We are microcosms of this waves of creation, galaxies expanding and contracting like lungs, waves of creation moving out from the source and then returning. We are not separate from this rhythm, my dears. We are microcosms of it. When we align our breathing with awareness, we sync with the great inhale and the great exhale of the cosmos. Can you believe this? We sync with the great inhale and exhale of the cosmos. Tell me we ain't cosmic. Moving in harmony with divine will. All right. It gives us a simple breath of life practice, okay? Sit or stand with your spine aligned, feet grounded. Inhale slowly through the nose. See, we can just take this stuff in and just let it come out. Feeding our souls right now, not thinking, not trying to remember anything. Because we have these as reruns, we can come back again and again and hear this if you so want to take this to the next level for you, which is the whole purpose, I think, that God has us doing this. So these are there to help humanity. You know, it's all about helping humanity now. It really is. What can we do to help humanity? This is one thing, what we're doing. So sit or stand with your spine aligned, feet grounded. Number 2, inhale slowly through the nose. Go ahead. Inhale slowly through the nose, visualizing a column of light streaming into your heart. Can you visualize? Breathe through the nose and feel a stream, a column of light streaming into your heart. Pause briefly, so hold, and then allow the light to spiral through your cells. Did you get that? Number 1, just stand with your spine aligned, feet grounded. 2, inhale slowly through the nose, visualizing a column of light streaming into your heart. Pause once you have that inhale breath in your heart space. Pause briefly, allowing the light to spiral through all of your 27,000 trillion cells. Number 4, exhale through the mouth. So you inhale through the nose and you exhale through the mouth, releasing tension, density, and anything that feels heavy. Releasing tension, density, and anything that feels heavy. This is just a simple breath of life practice. Number 5, repeat for several cycles. And now you know what those cycles are all about, right? They're huge. Those are those feedback loops that we're breathing in, rising current from the earth star chakra to the crown and exhaling as a general cascade of light returning to the earth. I won't confuse you. I'll finish up the simple breath of life practice instead. Repeat for several cycles what we just went through. Exhaling through the mouth, releasing tension, density, and anything that feels heavy. Repeat for several cycles. Feeling your energy expand and your connection to source deepen. Wow. Feeling your energy expand and your connection to source deepen. The breath of life is not just an air, not just air moving in and out. It is a spiritual technology, my dears, a sacred current and a universal language. When we breathe with intention, we are not only sustaining life, we are participating in this endless act of creation. Just let it sit. Let it simmer. As Ralph Waldo Emerson, or no, it was Henry David Thoreau said, I was simmering, 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 and I met Ralph Waldo Emerson and I came to a boil. So let this simmer. Let this simmer and you come to a boil today as you meet yourself, that beautiful self that the whole world's trying to change, fix, distract, all that. But you're true to you. Doesn't that feel good? Doesn't that feel terrific? So thank you, oh Spirit. Thank you, great Guru. Thank you, saints and sages. Thank you, Father, Mother, friend, beloved God. Thank you, O immortal soul. Thank you for this gift of breath. And thank you for these teachings, whatever, however they get to us. We know they're coming direct from you. Thank you for that. Thank you for being with us today, that we can walk with you, we can talk with you, we can share with you our DDSs or our deep, dark secrets, not allowing them to get out into any other human ears, that we keep our sacred relationship with you, Lord, because we know that you understand. And we know that you are the compassion and forgiveness and the patience that we need, because we're just babies in all of this and we really need you, Lord. Our greatest need is to breathe you. We breathe your need. We breathe the need for you. We breathe the need for you, beloved. And you are the beloved breath. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Aho. Namaste. Wow. I know one thing for sure